Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast.
Welcome to the Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast. I'm Rhombus Tix. I'm going to be reading to you today 8 poems written by Emmit on the website Poetizer, as part of a series that I'm calling Romnibus Volume 2. If I Were You by Emmit. I would keep my gas tank full, while little green men play psyops with little fascist toys, for little plutonium princes with little penises that got offended that their little unimportant company got curb stomped by the war because of the corruption of their little unimportant country curb stomped themselves. The West has 99 problems. 90 of them source back to the little Prince Polonium, but Russia is about to learn its lesson on the bigger country. Russia has the gall to call Little Russia. Pay to Play by Emmit. The Crown is a TV show. This is true, but it's clearly close enough that we see, in any modern world, shackling children to the choice of voluntary paparazzi monkey or poverty, perpetual villainy in the nastiest, most disgusting press in the world, largely due to Rupert Murdoch, is the best argument for republics I have ever seen. Abolish the Commonwealth, abolish the monarchy, the day Elizabeth dies. Fortunately, Charles the Inept is such a clueless dolt that he took the bribe to give a fraudy royal British knighthood. Between that and the casual frothy racism expressed by him, his father and eldest son, at the Epstein palin around that Andrew did, now actually settled in civil court, not just speculation, I number the years that the royals last on one hand after Elizabeth passes. Reset the Police by Emmit. People have their First Amendment right to say and believe what they will. By contrast, police are due a fair hearing in every jurisdiction in America, and right-wing or centrist Grumbaha scare sad little old people into siding with the police, or else you're gonna die! Even when the majority doesn't approve. Look, this isn't rocket science. When a police union elects a racist or rape lover in 2 elections in a row, fire them all. Fire every single member of the union. Hire new officers. If you have AIDS, you don't rely on natural immunity to fix the disease when institutional rot is so deep set, so intense that the department is electing open, unapologetic rapists, rape lovers, murder lovers, fascists, racists, and goons to represent them. In their negotiations, fire every single last one. Start with Ottawa and follow up with Portland. My Octopus Lover by Emmit. The following was written for the Young Platform Romantic Poetry contest inspired by medieval monks and their devotion to the desert god. I love thee, my glorious sleeping god. I know thou lovest me, the way a goldfish craves the dusted bits of cracker at the top of the terrarium that is actually goldfish crackers, stochastic cannibalism, the loving and eternal devouring of self and of my soul, as only my dark and loving Lord can consume. He doth glory in me, for I am his servant, and am maggot meat beneath his twirling 100 feet. His tentacles twirl around me and embrace me in his predatory warm embrace, warm and meaty in the love of edible breath, so glorment and todical in the torpid lumber of the sorted rot upon my brain. For I have read the Holy Writ, the holy word of the Necronomicon. I have given my soul to the all-consuming Oversoul, and through the devouring of my identity and being, I too, like the goldfish, have devoured my own soul and mind, and thus, while I consume my own soul and my own mind, I am not insane, I am hypersapient. I am literate to the word and the warp and the weft of the transdimensional, transjetive, transformational Messiah, a meaty Messiah. His meaty tentacles embrace me, and embrace me, and embrace me, and I am his flesh, for all flesh is meat, and in meat is his flesh, for he shall consume, and his consumption show his love. Happy Valentine's Day. Precious Bodily Fluids by Emmit. Non-corporeal entities, disembodied denizens of the unseen world, get surprisingly unique experience, as they had karma employed in a direction not normally deployed. Since few understand that karma is a harsh mistress and universal, not one way, so when the noxious effects they infected for fun at the vulnerable moment got turned right back around, making the sacred a little more profane for just a day, and certain entities think twice before fucking trying that again. Deliberations by Emmit. Keeping notes with bureaucratic glee, the jerking of the platonic knee, a higher truth that is the key to know the honored real mystery. Something in the shadows, standing where it shouldn't, a smoking gun without a doubt, the muffled snorts like a primeval boar, blending hands holding a weapon. Everyone is entitled to a defense, the greatest to least of the mind's dements, and yet the guilt is extremely dense, so obfuscation could be quite intense. Repeated patterns of a knife between my ribs shoved the malice and ill intention. A sure knowledge of that self-hatred and loathing provided motive, means, and opportunity, and yet the law is the law is the law. Nothing sacred is written stone, save the truth and truth alone. This is a crime that demands one atone, annoying wearings in riddle and cone. Wading into deep spiritual waters, seeking higher truth. When the world is upside down and backwards, expeditions far, far, far into the haunted forest, camping in fortified enclaves at night. This above all thine own self be true, the betrayal I cannot undo, but I can definitely figure out who, and then their bleeding hand will be through. Time is on my side. Truth is on my side. Honor, while not perfect, is on my side. The truth will out. The Trial of a God by Emmit. How exactly can you indict a god, even assuming you can arrest one, and it agrees to abide by the decision, and your laws and your trial? Is it just a kangaroo court? After all, imagine a bunch of squirrels holding a trial about you chasing them from the bird feeder at your own home. That may be why aliens are just fine with probes, just like we don't ask consent tagging a bear or the deer for its own good. So being aware that gods lie and have flaws and can even be, quote, killed, end quote, doesn't change the fact that we are kind of squirrels in the spiritual world. Then again, per the Norse, squirrels are the messengers of God. Ice cream makes machines work better. Scoop it right in. Let the trial commence.
This has been the Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast. Buy my book, Have Name Will Travel, at Amazon and other markets. RedAnvilCreative.com contains all our podcasts. Copyright
2022!
To fight the forces of evil!